Well, hey guys, Kaylee here, and welcome back to the Honeystead. It is another gorgeous day here on our farm, and we're gonna get up and check on some of these bees. You guys see that little girl with the pollen? And then look, boys are all coming home. Let's peek in and see what's going on. They're all coming home with pollen. I wish that I could capture the smell of what a hive smells like. It's got such a sweet but earthy tone to it. And break that seal of propolis. Oh my goodness, girls! So when I do my inspections, one of the first things that I do is check the lid out, the inner cover. Make sure that there are no queens on top. You'll be surprised at how many times I've actually found a queen on the inner cover, especially this time of year when these bees are just booming. And as you can see, they are probably going to need a box pretty soon. So, when I do my inspections, we like to break the seal in between the frames because sometimes when you go to pull them up, if you don't pop that seal of propolis, you're gonna actually do more damage on your frames. So we break them up on both sides. And then I use the hive tool. This is a J-hook style hive tool. We custom coated this because that's what we do. If you guys check out our Etsy store, every month, here in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be adding a few new designs. We were gonna do customs, but for right now, we're just doing...
That's a winter project.
We're just doing, what are you guys doing? We're gonna pop that off. That is just some drawn out comb. We have recently gone to, this is a 10 frame traditional Langstroth hive design, and we've actually recently gone to 9 frames per box. We've been doing some reading and talking to other beekeepers about the spacing and how easy. I like it. I actually really like it. They say that I know that's a queen cup, nothing's in it. So if you guys can see, that is a empty queen cup. Don't be concerned too much about seeing those when you do your hive inspections because they just like to practice sometimes. So if you guys can see right here, see that right there? Right there. That is a drone. That's a male bee. I try to point it out as often just because sometimes it's hard. Some people don't know or understand, especially new beekeepers. And then if you look right here, this is all pollen. This is all pollen that they have created into a bee bread. All right. So I'm gonna set this one back down. It's also nice that we're finding having 9 frames because it gives us just enough space to be able to move around and not roll bees. Look at that. Okay, this is gonna be a good example. I have a feeling these bees are gonna probably end up swarming if we don't do something soon. So if you look right here, This is all drone brood. That is what it looks like. A lot of people, and then right here beside it, and if you ever need to move your bees, you just blow a little bit. But see the difference? This is a good comparison for you guys to actually get an idea on. This is regular female worker bee brood versus male drone brood. And then typically, always right near it is always going to be pollen. So when we do our inspections, I designate one hand for the front of the hive, which is typically my right hand. And if you guys notice, I am pretty diligent about keeping my right hand, keeping my hive tool in my right hand so that I know exactly how to place the hive. You're always going to want to place your frames back into the hive exactly like you get them out. You know, that's like somebody coming into your house and moving your furniture around and you not liking it. Wow, look at that. That is all worker bee brood. So, remember how I told you I had a feeling that if we didn't do something about this colony, they were gonna swarm? I think I would gladly say we are due to either split this colony or go ahead and plan on adding. Look at that girl right there with that pollen. Hey. So I've been going back and forth between using leather gloves and the nitrile gloves, and these actually have been working pretty well. These are regular kitchen dishwashing gloves. Nice. Yeah, we are gonna have to do something because this is a big, pretty big colony. I'm pretty excited about that. And look, that little one right there. See how blonde and fuzzy she is? So that's a good indication that she just recently emerged.
Trying to offer them.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be swarming if I don't do anything. Just saying, that brood though. Yeah, that is some gorgeous brood. My hopes are we can find this queen. Although, when we do our hive inspections, there's a few things that I tend to look for. Obviously, how much space they have and what do I need to do to help manage them. Some of the things that we look for when we're doing a hive inspection is, do they have enough space to stay busy? How productive is this queen? And with this pattern of brood, I would say that she's a very, very productive queen. Very, very productive. I also check out to make sure that their wings look well, they don't look diseased. You'll know if you start seeing any wings that are curled up or nasty looking.
Or K-formed.
Or K-formed. That's stuff that you would want to kind of look up. So here's a trick that I've learned. When you're going to need to get into the bottom, you're going to take your hive tool and kind of pop that seal. Don't lift your hive all the way up. After you break in that seal, you're going to twist it. This will help because if any of the bees have created comb that's connected both, that is going to be horrible if you lift all of it up. So you twist it first and then set it aside. Wow, girls. So I do also like to go ahead and start on the left side and work my way. It's just something that I do. It's a habit. So we gave them this new frame. I will say that this is our first true year using these frames. These come from Man Lake. They're already waxed with the Cellrite. This doesn't look like they've done anything on this quite yet, but we have inspected 26 of our colonies today, and each one of them have already started drawing out and filling and can actually laying eggs in it. So I'm not too disappointed right now if I don't see anything in that. It's still early. Plus, it looks like this queen is busy making brood. So same thing. So look, see all this white? So they're working. These girls are busy. That's what you want them to do. You want them to be busy. You want to give them something to do. So I've kind of actually enjoyed these gloves a good bit because I can really feel what's happening. A lot of the times I don't necessarily look for the queen. Because yes, I have a feeling she's in there just by all the eggs and all the new eggs. For you guys, I'd like for you guys to see her.
It's beautiful.
So I've had a few people ask me why I don't mark my queens. I'm definitely not opposed to marking my queen, but for me, one of the reasons why we don't mark our queen is because there's going to be a day where I'm going to need to rely on a mark. But for right now, if you allow the bees that are around her to move out of the way and let them tell you where she's at, it's a lot easier. You'll notice that they're crowded around her in a circle, tending to her. But this is why I'm not a huge fan of marking. I will one day when my eyesight's not the greatest, but for right now I don't really need to. And it's more of a game. It's more of a game for me to learn how to find her without the color. Because if I'm stuck looking for the color, I'm gonna miss it. But she's beautiful. So this queen right here is an ankle biter. And we will be discussing more of that as we go on. This is a new breed that we are becoming accustomed to, but this breed of bee was designed to help fight off and literally attack varroa mites. We are definitely excited to introduce this breed to our apiary. But if you watch, like I said, watch the bees around, not necessarily for her. Alright, we're gonna put her back. She's got some laying to do, but she's gorgeous. Well, thank you guys for coming with me as I just inspect one of our colonies. It would be awesome if I could do a full length video inspecting all of our colonies, but we are up to almost 30, and I believe I'm gonna have to split at least 2 or 3 more of my colonies because they are just gangbusters. But all in all, we were pretty impressed with what we saw today, and I can't wait to continue to share with you guys. Thank you guys for coming on this inspection with me, and I definitely look forward to doing more. If you guys have enjoyed our videos that we've put out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button just to keep an eye out and see some of the latest things that we have going on here on the Honeystead. And also feel free to follow our Instagram. I post pretty regularly there and try to keep everybody in the loop of all the craziness and all the things that are happening here on the Honeystead this spring. It has been a wild spring so far, and I feel like we just started. And as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old.